Welcome to Avignon in the south of France. Avignon is Cité des Papes, the city of the popes in French. Why? Because in the 14th century, actually 7 popes, I think, moved from Rome for various reasons. They moved from Rome to Avignon. So this town of Avignon was the capital of Christendom in the 14th century. This is the palace of the popes where they used to live with the cathedral in the back. And we're going to go up because on the other side of the palace there is the statue of an Armenian agronomist. So let's see that story too. And also in the old city, I think there is an Armenian restaurant and probably a memorial or a khachkar somewhere else in the town. So a few Armenian places. We're going to check these places out together right now. Follow the guide. It's very impressive, this palace and the cathedral. So we're walking up Rocher Dome, as you can see from the Rhône River. It's a bit more. So that Rocher Dome is where the Pope's palace is located, and it's also where we're going to find the statue of Jean Althen, this Armenian who has a very interesting history. We will look for it together because I have no clue where it's located. As you can see, let me show you. It's a big part of looking for Armenian statues, memorials, sometimes restaurants. It's not always easy to find. Some of them are famous and on very big on the main avenue or the main square. But sometimes you really have to look for it. But at least you can see a few nice things on the way. It might be our Armenian. No, that wasn't him. Maybe this one. No, not him. I think there are a few statues, so I will just go around and I'll catch up whenever I find the statue. But before that, you can check out the view. Very nice. With the fort of. This is I think it's Villeneuve-les-Avignon, in front of Avignon. And as you can see, like it's a wine region. Who was Jean Althen right here? Actually, so he was Persian Armenian, probably from North Jura, from Julfa originally, and he brought to France the madder, garance in French. It's a plant that was used to dye clothing, and it became quite popular in France to color the clothing, and it was used actually, I think, until the early 20th century. Why Avignon? Because simply it was the region of France that was producing the most this plant, and there is even, so we're going to try to go later, there is a village around Avignon, it should be actually around, we might even see it from here, that has his name. The village is called Althen, so it was one of the village was one of the centers for the production of this plant. So here it is, we have it. It's bigger than I thought. Interesting statue. So now we'll go down. I'll show you a few more views, and we'll go down and see a few other things in Avignon. Very interesting on the plate. They say to Jean Althen, Hovanes Altunian. They write the Armenian name. It's quite rare because usually they just have the name that was used in the country, like anglicized or Frenchicized names. But here you have Hovanes Altunian, the Armenian name, Armenian agronomist, refugee in the south of France. I'm not sure he was a refugee. He might have been a refugee, yeah, maybe, or just a merchant, but maybe a refugee, okay. So he was stimulating the economical development of the region with the culture of garance, the madder. Avignon is grateful. Actually, on the other side, also an interesting plate. On the other side, you have a plate to the memory of the victims of the Armenian genocide and the Armenians that fought for France, especially during the resistance during World War II. And we are actually at one of the best places, the best panoramas you can see in Avignon. Let me show you the view from here. It's really nice. This is the Rhone River. So if you go this way, you're gonna reach the south of France by Marseille, and the Rhone River goes up to Lyon and the Geneva area in Switzerland, where the source of the Rhone is located. You have a city center that's quite similar to many other towns in Provence. Quality of life seems very nice, with the restaurants, the terrace, at least in that part of town. I was checking out on the internet. Avignon has a few Armenian families, an Armenian community that dates back to the post-genocide migration. Actually, the whole Rhone valley from Marseille to Lyon and even more had many Armenians settling because of the industries and everything. So here too in Avignon. We walk now from the Palace of the Popes to one square, I think one of the main squares in town, where we can find one Armenian landmark. This is Republic Street, Avenue. Actually, this avenue looks like more like any random. You have all the French brands. Regular street, you could find this same street, probably called Republic Street too, in any French, middle-sized French town. So you kind of lose the Provence vibe too. Again, the Office du Tourisme. I highly recommend to visit Office du Tourisme whenever you are in France. Actually, I'll just get the map. Yeah, that's the map of Avignon. The square with the Armenian landmark is right behind the tourism office. So is it here? Yeah, it's probably this one. Right behind the tourism office, this is the square agricole Perdiguier, and the Armenian Khachkar is located inside. So we'll just get in and look for the Khachkar. And actually it wasn't hard because it's right in front of me. I just got inside and it's right in front of me. That's the Armenian Khachkar here. Not the nicest, but not the ugliest. Looks like there is an archaeological something there. Yeah. And that's the Khachkar. And walking around that same park of the Khachkar, I just noticed another Armenian landmark here in front of me. It's Misak Manouchian's bust. Clearly says here the French Armenian resistant. He fought against the Germans during the World War II. Misak Manouchian, Armenian, and he was killed by the Germans in 1944. With the names of his comrades. other Armenian Arpentavitian. We just reached a bit outside the very center. It's still the center of Avignon, Place des Carmes, and this is the Greek Armenian restaurant Taverne Avedis, but it's apparently closed. They say Greek and Armenian specialties since 1985. Well, at least we've seen it, but it was closed, so hope to come back to Avignon to see how the food is here. But yeah, very nice. Actually, the square is very calm, so it might even, I don't know why everything is open elsewhere and not here. So now we will leave Avignon. I hope to come back soon and maybe meet some more local Armenians. We'll try to go to the village that has the name of Jean Althen. Not sure if I will get there because it looks not very far, but apparently there is a lot of traffic on the road. We are now in this typical French village, Alen de Palu. The name of the village comes from Jean Althen, Ovanes Altunian, this Armenian agronomist. We saw the statue in Avignon, and this village is named after him because the whole production revolved around this area. So they named the village itself after this Armenian agronomist. So now this was the church, and I'm looking for the city hall because apparently there is the statue of Ovanes Altunian also by the city hall. So let's look for it. I think I went the wrong way. Let me check on Google Maps. Yeah, I went the wrong way. I'm a bit confused here. I think I just passed it, but probably the building doesn't look like a city hall at all, because I'm pretty sure I passed it. Excusez-moi, bonsoir. La mairie, s'il vous plaît, c'est la mairie.
En fait, 200 mètres, continuez.
Oui. Après l'église alors.
Après l'église.
Oh.
Ouais, bien après l'église.
Ah, c'est pour ça. Ok, merci beaucoup. So yeah, apparently it's on the other way, the other side of the church. So it's not what was written on Google. So now that they gave me the information, I didn't check again on Google Maps, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong what was there. Above the church, the city hall, everything. It doesn't look like at all what I saw when I parked the car. So yeah, there is pharmacy, regular little town. And okay, I see it. In France, the city hall they have, you don't see it from here, but they usually have usine Jean Althen, conserves alimentaires. Now we found it. That's the city hall. And that's the statue. This is our Jean Althen. Jean Althen, Ovanes Altunian. It's only in French, but it says he's born in Armenia, Ovanes Altunian. Then he was a captive in Cappadocia, and he met the consul of France in Izmir, and then he moved to Marseille and France, bringing with him the culture of, well, he tried with cotton apparently, and then he brought this madder. Very interesting. So yeah, this is the city hall of Alen de Palu. It's very, very impressive when you think of all these stories. So this is, as you've seen, a very regular French village named after this Armenian guy, Jean Althen. He has even his statue here, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure most of the locals, they know that their village is called after an Armenian. So, well, I wish it was earlier, or I don't know, maybe on Saturday you have more people in the streets, but it's very quiet now. So maybe one day I'll come back and ask people, but for now I'm very happy that I've shown you this little town, the statue of this Armenian guy that I'm sure very few of you have heard of, but part of Armenia's history and France history too.